What is up? I think we're live. Believe so. Sorry, I had to look up how to spell Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar. I should probably know how to pronounce that. Look at my searches. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Deep Thoughts Live. Totally spur of the moment. Friday night. Woo! Partying. We're partying here. I made some Turkish coffee. Yes. Cheers. Cheers to Ilhan Omar. I swear I'm not being racist. And that's not what this whole episode is going to be about, anyways. I was just like, why don't I just look at the news and started reading stuff, and I was like, oh, why don't I just live stream it? And I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I suck at streaming. I've only ever done it like twice on the computer, so I don't know what I'm doing, really. But yeah, we're just talking news. We're just talking a little news, a little politics, a little good stuff. A little good stuff. Oh, this is probably really annoying to look at. Okay. Well, we'll keep Google up because we'll want to Google some things. But let's check out the MSN main page. The MSM main page. Senate sets up clash with House Republicans after passing crucial bipartisan defense bill. Let's click on it. Let's go. USA Today. Here we go. Do you see my... How do I know if my face is showing right now in the corner? I guess I'll just have to take a guess. President Joe Biden blasts Senator Tommy Tuberville's outrageous military promotion holds.
The Republican Party used to always support the military. But today, they're undermining the military. The senior senator from Alabama, who claims to support our troops, is now blocking more than 300 military operations with his extreme political agenda. I think it's outrageous, but don't just take it from me. Hundreds of military spouses petitioned to end the extreme blockade. One spouse, referencing the senator from Alabama, said, quote, "This isn't a football game. This nonsense must stop right now."
All the DoD nominations can still be approved by the Senate, but the majority House leader, blah, blah, blah. I didn't see that. Alabama senator opposes policy that allows military personnel to reimburse travel for abortions or other reproductive care. Oh, okay. Because see, when that video started out, I thought it was like important. Republicans aren't supporting our military. What? They're not? They're not giving them the best armor, the best weapons, the best tanks, the best training, the best everything? No. They're not paying for their travel for abortions. What? Excuse me, Mr. President. Say again. This is outrageous. What's up?
Are you done yet?
No, not yet. I'll tell you when I'm done, okay?
Okay, I really want to play that game with the mask on.
Okay, just a second. We'll play in a minute, alright?
Alright. Can play in a minute?
Yeah, go wait out there until I'm done, okay?
But I want to make a video too.
I know, next time, alright, next time.
You always say that.
I know! Another time, okay? I'm sorry. We'll make a video another time. Go. No, leave him here. He's fine.
Why can't Ninja be on that standing comedy?
Because he's a comedian. He does stand-up comedy. Alright, go. Just go. I'll get you when I'm done.
He doesn't stand comedy, does he?
She thinks when I'm podcasting it's the same as stand-up comedy, and it's just, I don't have the time to explain to her. By the way, we're drinking, ooh, that's so good. This is a Rwandan dry process from Sweet Maria's. I would like to make a video of me roasting it, because I did roast this, a nice light roast, and made it Turkish style, in whatever it's called, the little copper pot. I'm so uncultured. Grounds in the cup. Ooh, that's so good, dude. Oh, I nailed it. I brewed it perfectly. Anyways. Okay, so here we go. Washington. Congress is one step closer to finalizing an annual defense policy bill after the Senate Thursday evening passed its own version in the race to authorize funding before the upper chamber begins its 6-week summer recess. The National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, cleared the Senate's 60-vote threshold by 86 to 11. The NDAA is a must-pass bill that helps set the Pentagon's policy agenda and authorize how the Defense Department can use federal funding. It does not provide funding to the Department of Defense, but instead authorizes how the money can be spent, a first step toward allocating funds to expire on September 30th. But anyway, so what's in these bills? It's all in these bills. Can we see it at all? Here's a link. House passes controversial defense bill after clashes over abortion, climate change, and Ukraine policies. So why is that all in a defense bill? Climate change? Abortion? Let's see what this guy's got to say. Where's the volume?
Amendment has nothing to do with whether or not colored people or black people or anybody can serve. Okay? It has nothing to do with color of your skin, any of that stuff. What we want to preserve and maintain is the fact that our military does not become a social experiment.
I'd like to be recognized to have the words colored people stricken from the record. I find it offensive.
Yeah, he knew he was wrong for that.
Is the gentlelady asking for unanimous consent to take down the words?
I am asking for unanimous consent to take down the words of referring to me or any of my colleagues as colored people.
You know she don't care.
On this vote, the ayes are 221, the nays are 213. The amendment is adopted.
Who was that guy? Who was that guy?
Things
Anyways,
like check-ins, I'll just...
So that's that clip. I mean, out of everything, that was the most important part of the whole clip, that he said colored people. I mean, you know, it's a little distasteful, but I want to know what's in this bill. Mr. McCarthy. Trash man McCarthy. What amendments were House conservatives trying to push? Abortion, an amendment offered by Rep. Ronnie Jackson, Texas, would dismantle a Pentagon policy reimbursing out-of-state travel for service members who receive abortions. Yeah, why did we have to pay for that? I mean, it's a medical thing, okay? But geez Louise, I didn't know we paid for, like, just things like that in general for the military. I mean, they're very important. They need to be taken care of. I'm not denying that. But, like, that was the whole, like, trans ban or whatever, too, had to do with, right? When Trump was in office, he, it had a lot to do with that. We were funding just the medications and the surgeries and stuff, I think, for transgender soldiers. Which is just, I mean, there's got to be a line, okay? There's got to be a line. And then we're all of a sudden we're paying for some of the soldiers' sneaker habits, their sneaker collections, and you know, like, at what point is it like, okay, that's a personal choice you're making to do with yourself and your body? Like, yeah, got to pay out of pocket. You know, I don't know. It's one of the most popular amendments among House conservatives with over 70 co-sponsors. Republicans passed the measure on a mostly party line vote, 21 to 13. Yeesh. Dismantle Ukraine spending. A vocal minority of House GOP lawmakers who have expressed skepticism about continued U.S. assistance to Ukraine have filed amendments. Skepticism. Do they really have skepticism, though? Or are they just playing the part because they have to? They have to pretend like they're so outraged by the spending on Ukraine. But are they really? The majority of lawmakers in both parties support sending funds to Kyiv. An amendment from Miss Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the rock star herself from Georgia, that sought to pull back $300 million in funding to Kyiv, was defeated by bipartisan vote of 89 to 341. I mean, you're just not gonna get things done when you don't have the Senate. Anti-trans provisions. Some amendments targeted transgender health care policies in the Pentagon. Matt Rosendale from Missouri. I should know who that is. Offered an amendment limiting gender-affirming care for transgender service members. Republicans passed this on a mostly party line. Now, that's anti-trans. they got to make sure that's anti-trans. I mean, technically, I guess it's grammatically correct. I mean, they're not for trans provisions, so they're anti-trans provisions. But it just, it just sounds a lot worse than what it really is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sound transphobic or anything. It's just, I mean, the spending is outrageous. I mean, our government's just so big and spending is so big, and it's just like, and okay, do we really need to continue to fund Ukraine? $300 million? Like, we've given them billions and billions of dollars. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's something important to it because of, I don't know. Because if Russia wins, then Ukraine can't join NATO or something or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the mainstream narrative is of it, that would have people just okay with billions of US dollars going to a whole nother country when we can't even, we're not even doing anything really about the homeless situation in our own country and all the poverty, all that stuff that people pretend to care about, but while they wave their Ukraine flags, like, come on, man, you gotta take care of your home first. I mean, and not even working towards a peace deal or anything. Just funding blood and bloody war, dude. That's all we're funding right now. And if you're okay with that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I know there's always another side. That's why we're doing this, okay? We're trying to read both sides here today, all right? Adam Smith from Washington, the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee, told the Washington Post Monday he had the 218 to 211 party line vote, with one member voting present, settled on a partisan score that has been festering since 2021 when the House, then controlled by Democrats, stripped Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene, what a horrible name, and Paul Gosar of Arizona of their committee assignments for social media posts in which they endorsed violence against Democrats. Oh, why would they do that? The removal of Ms. Omar delivered on a threat that Speaker Kevin McCarthy of California made at the time to retaliate if his party, retaliation, if his party took the House majority by removing Democrats whom Republicans regarded as unfit to serve on committees. Last week, he unilaterally removed Representatives Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell. He did do that, huh? McCarthy's trying to play the role. He's trying to be the big bad Republican, trying to the other side. I'm trying, but I'm just so struggling. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? There's no way you guys could really be for this. Like, I get hating the right and hating Republicans and conservatives and Christians and they're anti-trans and all this stuff, but you can't be for your side either. You just can't. I mean, they're funding war right now, giving away billions of dollars to fund a war. I mean, they're warmongers, those Democrats, just as bad as the Republicans. And they're just spending money outrageously. And just on stupid things. What's going on in Trump land? Should we go there? Should we talk about Ilhan Omar? What's been going on with Ilhan Omar? I saw a little Fox clip of her the other day. She's 40. She looks alright for 40. Her spouse, Tim Minette, Ahmed Hirsi, Ahmed Nur Said Elmi. Is this her brother? Right? New questions revisit whether she wants to marry a man, possibly her own brother, to skirt immigration laws. So we'll get to that. We will get to that. Marijuana is being legalized in Minnesota. Whoop-de-woo. That's awesome, I guess. Most vicious attacks. Former President Donald J. Trump, the man, famously said in 2019 that Miss Omar and 3 other progressive women of color should go back to their countries, though she was the only one not born in the United States. And he didn't say women of color specifically, but he just happened to name 3 women of color who happen to hate America and probably should go to their countries if they hate this country so much. So yeah, it had to do with like pro-Israel. She was like anti-Israel, right? Did they actually remove her though? Bill would raise minimum wage to $17 by 2028. Wow, that's really good. And what did she say about white men? Viral clip sparks backlash. Do we have the clip? Our country should be more fearful of white men. I did see this as well. Do we have the clip, Johnny? We don't. Let's read some of these comments. The racist Ilhan Omar is back at her lying racist ways again. White men are causing most of the deaths in this country. Everyone should be afraid of them. Yeah, she said something along those lines. Is that true? Is that true? I mean, what are we talking about? Deaths. I mean, are we talking about murders? Just what I'm looking for. Crime prevention. Homicide statistics. Very violent crimes increased from 2019. Human traffickers are not randomly abducting children. Get your facts right. Let's see. Homicide. Okay. Murder. Dun dun dun. From 2019, white people, 3,299. Race of offender. Okay, so I'm confused here. Okay, oh, of the victims. Okay. Okay, so victims. Okay, almost 3,000 black people murdered in 2019 by 2,500 black people. 3,299 white people murdered by 2,594 white people. Dude, it's literally 20 difference. That's a 20 difference between white people and black people. But let's not forget, the fact that there's like way more white people in this country than black people. I'm not trying to be racist. We're trying to look at statistics, Okay? There's reasons for these things. Probably deeply rooted in probably a sort of systematic racism. All right, considering this number, is mostly in very condensed cities. I would be willing to bet white people killing, other white people is very much more spread out throughout the country. Maybe. Could be wrong. And more black people kill white people in 2019 than black people, or than white people to kill black people. But see, I mean, Hispanic people, killed about half of those, the white people, and black people or Hispanic people killing a lot of black people too. Again, gang related, lots of varied reasons of why that is. But I'm just saying, when she says something like that, what is she saying? White people are more dangerous. In what way? Murders or in other ways?
I would say our country should be more fearful of white man.
I mean, now this is a clip, 14-second clip. I'd have to watch the whole thing to get the context, right? We need the context. But what a shocking clip and a shocking thing to say that has been totally drilled into our brains through massive amounts of propaganda to make us think that's okay to say. If it's about white people, it's okay to say that. Imagine if she said that about Jews. America should be more fearful. Here, I'll let her talk. Here, okay.
Say our country should be more fearful of
Jews, Asians, black people. I mean, if she said any other race, I mean, come on.
White man across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
I mean, statistically speaking, but yo, what a wild thing to throw out there, though. What a wild thing to throw out there. Like, obviously, it's race bait, 100%. If you're throwing any statistic out there like that, I mean, you have to have, I mean, there needs to be, like, a reason. Like, maybe you want to follow it up with, and we think this is because of the poverty in the white communities or the mental illness that's going on. We know white men have the most highest suicide rates, and we want to solve this issue because we don't like this. No, it's literally, she's telling people to be fearful, be afraid of your fellow neighbors who happen to be white men. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm trying to, like, see the other side, but what? Wow. That's wild. That's such a wild thing for an adult person to say in front of a video camera. That's an insane thing to say. I mean, and we all know what purpose it serves, to just divide people, 100%. And, of course, anti-Israel. I mean, come on, yo. I mean, there's no way she's getting the votes to get in. I mean, there's no way the people in Minnesota really like her, do they? I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. It's very, She wants action on budget, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, other than, I just hope people don't fall for it, yo. Just don't fall for it, yo. Like, I know, white man bad. I know we can be so bad sometimes. But when the politicians are, like, saying it, like, understand how dangerous that is. I mean, very dangerous. You wouldn't want a politician or anybody with the kind of... What are we watching here? Anybody with any kind of platform or power, legislative power, or influence, to be trying to tell people to be fearful of other groups of people in this country. That's an incredibly dangerous thing to do. Yo, we need to unite, yo. Why don't the Democrats ever talk about uniting? At least the Republicans kind of talk about it sometimes, but even them, they don't, dude, because neither Republicans or Democrats want just Americans to unite, dude. They don't want it. They don't want it. On the left, it's white man bad. Be fearful of white man. And on the right, it's be scared of drag queens and trans people. It's like, yo, we got to stop falling for it on You need to be right in the middle more than ever right now. Stay in the middle. And I don't care how many people are trying to pull you on one side or the other, trying to make you pick a side. Don't, dude, because both sides are going to manipulate you. What else is going on? Tim Scott misses crucial Senate vote to attend 2024 campaign event in Iowa. Just give up. All the Republicans just need to give up. It's Trump. It's Trump. Ron DeSantis snaps back at reporter over slavery question. Intense exchange. Okay, so what's going on with the Florida curriculum? Even though this doesn't affect anybody outside of Florida, of course, everybody outside of Florida just wants to talk about it and be outraged. Matt Gaetz really... What the heck? Congressman Matt Gaetz' wife calls for Barbie movie boycott. But he's there at the premiere? Look at him in his pink suit, dude. Yo, Matt Gaetz... He just looks so punchable. Like, you just want to punch him in his freaking forehead. What are we looking at? Okay, here we go. What is that awful noise? Ron DeSantis is trash. Changes to Florida's newly passed school curriculum on how students will be taught Black history and slavery in particular. Florida Board of Education's new set of standards on how Black history is taught in public schools has faced criticism. The new standards require instruction for middle school students to include how slaves developed skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit, according to a document listing the standards. Critics have argued that this statement suggests there are positives to being enslaved and have called for students to be allowed to learn the full truth of American history and the atrocities of slavery. Yeah, I mean, are they saying that they're not talking about the atrocities as well? Were there beneficial aspects to slavery? That's not what the curriculum says. The curriculum is very clear. I think you have 200 plus pages of all kinds of stuff. Have you read it? A statement released by the Florida Board of Education. They defended the curriculum and offered context. The intent of this particular benchmark clarification is to show that some slaves developed highly specialized trades from which they benefited. Yeah, I saw somebody talk about it earlier. A black man who apparently helped with the curriculum and said it, it was totally taken out of context. Focus on Hillary Clinton. Ooh. Is there a focus on Hillary Clinton? I hope so. How long have we been going here? Almost 30 minutes. Might be calling it quits here. Stupid Mitch McConnell. I don't know. Anything else I want to talk about? When it crosses the green red line, a new bill. Oh, these red lines. Oh, yeah, these red lines. You better not cross the red line. Remember when Chuck Schumer gave Trump a red line? What was that about? I don't even remember. No, I'm tired. I'm going to get off here. All right. Have a good night, everybody.